Point number 4, the whole debate over it being live action or not. It's meant to be photorealism, just roll with it, I hear defenders of the movie saying. Given how this movie is doing basically the same thing as Dinosaur with photorealistic animals over a real-life background, and how Dinosaur is considered part of Disney's animated canon, I personally do not consider this film live action no matter how realistic you make it look. But I don't want that to turn into a topic that sparks a war like the one about Lion King supposedly being a ripoff of Kimba the White Lion. For me, it's going to take a lot more than pretty visuals for a good movie-going experience. For other people, that's all that they ask for when going to see something, and again, that's perfectly fine. It's just that as technology progresses, how well CGI ages over the years varies, which makes it all the more important for the rest of a film's attributes to be strong. I recently rewatched Dinosaur, and I will say that it is pretty amazing how well the visuals in that movie still hold up. Yes, I would dare say even better than the original Jurassic Park, but that doesn't mean that Dinosaur is the better movie overall. Now, personally, as an animation fan, I do take some issue with the implications that come with the mindset of every successful thing needs to be animated and made in live action. The idea that all animated properties can't remain in their original animated form does basically give off an insulting vibe of animation not being a good enough medium and that that live action is for older audiences. And in the region of the world where I live, where animation still gets snuffed time and again at the Oscars, as if the Oscars are really anything more than a joke anyways, and is still looked at as a kids medium in spite of all the efforts to prove otherwise, that is very disheartening and patronizing to hear how people will still dismiss the claim that animation is a art form, not a genre. When people complain about the Aladdin remake and say, how can you even imagine doing it without Robin Williams around? My answer would be basically the same way they would do Aladdin on Broadway. No, for me the bigger issue with Robin Williams being gone is that his role as the genie in the original Aladdin is a landmark in animation history because he made voice acting and animation a respectable career that actors would no longer pick up just as a dead-end job. So yeah, in a way, that does undermine the significance of animation to our culture, especially coming from the company founded by the man who set out to push the envelope of animation to get it where it is today. But that doesn't mean I'm going to act like a sniveling crybaby and be dismissive of any live-action adaptation of something animated just because it's live action. I don't want to come across as the other extreme and give all those animation haters more reason to look down on it. And since bringing up iconic roles such as Robin Williams and James Earl Jones was important for me right here, that brings me to my fifth and probably longest part of the discussion.